Oh, there we go.
We did it.
Hi, everybody. We're a mess. Yeah. Welcome back to Fangirls Assemble. That's the tagline.
Fangirls
we'll get some t-shirts.
We're messes. We definitely need t-shirts.
I really do want t-shirts.
Yeah.
I know that our audience is very limited. It's fine. I just want it for us. It's like best friend t-shirts.
Oh, we should do it.
Let's do it. But let's go get them airbrushed.
Yeah, or go to Joann's and print off something and iron it. Ooh, and they could sequence, bedazzle it. It'll be great.
Yes. Oh, ooh, even better. Okay, we get t-shirts, but we also get denim jackets, matching friend denim jackets, and friendship bracelets.
Ooh, and pins.
Yeah, tons of pins. See, there we go. We have a place to put them all. Okay.
All right, we have something to do. Bye, guys.
That's my post-COVID plan. So, by the time that we can actually hang out, whenever you can get vaccinated, we'll just have a photo shoot. We can have a photo shoot, and we'll go to I don't know, JCPenney's or something. One of those really bad photo suites.
Yes.
And then we're best friends.
They still have those?
Yes.
You should look it up.
I'm sure they do, right?
Also, as far as vaccines, I mean, I can get it Monday, but can I? That's the current situation we're in. I can get it Monday, but could we really get it? Because so far, I can't actually make an appointment. Anyway, that's the life.
I've got my first shot. That's my big haul.
Which is awesome.
Yeah. So I will be fully vaccinated around the 11th of March. They don't let you schedule ahead of time. You have to wait till 2 days before.
That's very annoying. I still don't. And why is it so hard to understand? I've looked it up.
No, this is not very.
I'm how does this? Why?
It's not neurodiverse friendly. I have ADHD. You expect me to just remember? We're not going to remind you. I was just
that is messed up. That is so messed up.
Anyways, welcome to Fangirls Assemble. We talk about comic books here, but also it's a lot of gabbing and catching up. Let's be real. A lot of it just hanging out. My favorite murder level of professionalism.
That's right. For the first 40 minutes, we're just going to talk about whatever, and then we'll talk about our murders. Right now, speaking of murders, it's nothing to do with murders.
Speaking of murdering those prices.
That's right. Ooh, you did it. You did it. Check out InStockTrades.com, our great sponsor. It's where you get the best prices. Yeah, they murder those prices. They really do.
They really
Speaking
do.
of murdered prices, our pick of the month, X-Men Evolution, 50% off right now. I got to order it. I haven't done it yet.
I do. I don't have any money.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard, but it's very cheap because it's 50% off. So check that out right now. That'll go until Tuesday. You can also get, I believe you can still get what we're talking about today, which is Remina. I got mine at InStock Trades. You should get yours there.
This is a shiny boy.
It's shiny. We'll talk about the build of this book soon because it's interesting. But yeah, you can get that. Great prices, amazing packaging. It's raining today, and I was like, I think my package is coming, and I was very worried. But I've gotten soaked packages before from them. Mm-hmm. And it's fine because of the way they pack it, and they put it in plastic, and it's great. So and you don't have to worry about it.
So good.
You don't have to worry about it. They're great.
Freddie says, Reed also murdered that Kickstarter beating goal in 2 days or 3. I kept checking every day. I was like, where are we at?
I know. I do it obsessively. So he finally hit the goal today, which is awesome. I will just do a little promo.
That's such a pretty hardcover.
Yeah, so the actual Kickstarter books aren't hardcover. This is
I know.
But
still.
It is, even the cover, it's a good cover. So if you guys want to check out his Kickstarter, it's called Sad Religion. It is funded, so you don't have to worry about it not being funded now. Just go back it if you want it. The prices are very, very great and reasonable. And, these are stories about Reed's life. And it's great. So you should really check it out and back it.
Yeah, we chose the tier with the CD because I want to, or his music. So
awesome. Yeah, I love that cover. Guys, go check out the Kickstarter. Just look at the cover of the album because I think it's great. It's Reed's baby, but it's a Descendants baby. It's awesome.
I love it. Skipper Consequence says, "Hey guys, Remina is so good." We're about to talk about. Paul asked, which Junji Ito hardcover would you recommend as someone's first? I'm a huge horror fan, and so I was always going to read them eventually, but I'm not sure where I should dive in first. I know my answer. I'm curious about your answer. It's the same.
Well, the answer is 100% not No Longer Human, so please go buy that as your first. Good Lord, do not. Poor Steven. But yeah, you know what? After I've read everything I've read, which is all of it, I'd go through Uzumaki.
Yeah, same. 100%.
You know, which it was not my first, but like, yeah, it's definitely a first that you can get into. It's all in the same world, but it's still kind of short stories. I love the format of it, and you know, everybody talks about it. So you got to know what it's about. You got to understand the spiral references, and you need it. And it's nice. It's a pretty good chunker. It's a really nice book. Like looking, it's a very nice spot gloss everywhere. Beautiful. That's the one.
Like that was my first Junji Ito book, and it's still my favorite. No matter how much I read, and I love a lot of stuff, but
yeah.
As far as most beautiful hardcover, I will say Venus in My Blind Spot is the most beautiful hardcover of Junji Ito's as far as just as like a make of a book.
That's not a bad first one answer either.
No,
because it's very short, so it's really digestible. It's all short stories, and it's some of like the best of. And there's some creepy, weird ones in there, so that's kind of nice too, because you can figure out like which ones you like, which ones like you don't like as much. You know, if you like short stories, that's great too.
Yeah, Big Elmer Crud. That's a great name. Agreed. Venus is good if you want more of a party platter sampler to start. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Maybe those together would be the best if you really want to dive in.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess let's talk Remina. First of all, these pages feel so nice.
I don't remember how they feel. Oh, they do feel nice.
They're really nice. They're really nice feeling pages. Guys, we will talk about the book, I promise. But I wish I could
talking about it.
I wish there was a virtual reality way I could be like, okay, it just feels so nice.
They're like, I don't even know how. Okay, so they're
thick.
I don't know. It's kind of smooth. Like they're really smooth. They're not glossy or anything.
No.
It's just
it's still like regular manga page, but there's something different about it. And I feel weird for focusing on it so much, but
no, I like it. It's good.
It really, you know.
Yeah, very nice pages. I think we talked about this when I got it, but okay, so the cover is like shiny and glossy, but then the spine's weirdly like
it's interesting, right?
I don't even know how to describe it.
It's more of a matte.
Yeah, kind of matte, kind of tape-like.
It is kind of tape-like. Yeah. So, I love that we're all talking about it. Feels more newspapery, but like in a high-quality way. Yes.
Yeah.
It does.
Not which like is such a silly way.
Only people that collect books are like, oh.
Yeah. Well, especially comics, right? They vary so much.
They really do. And you don't realize how much it's gonna like you'll notice it until you get a book that feels differently. Like when DC switched their paper, I was like, wait a sec. Like I'm fine with it now, but at first I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
You can't just
switch
it all up on me. Come on. So yeah, Remina. So this is unlike some of other Junji Ito's works, a lot that we get, right? It's not an anthology, like a lot of them. And even a little bit different than like Uzumaki. Uzumaki is like an overall plot sort of deal, but it's very much split up into like episodic situations. And that's not this. And usually that's a negative for me, but I didn't feel that way with this one. Like I found that with I think Gyo. Gyo was very fine.
Which I still liked it, but it's one of the weaker ones for sure.
Yeah, I just thought it was fine. But honestly, I liked this one. I mean, it's not my favorite, but I enjoyed it.
I really liked it too. It is quite small, so it still feels like here's one of his longer short stories, right?
Yeah, I read it in a car ride to Best Buy and back.
That's awesome. And you know, the art's beautiful as always.
Oh, absolutely.
Come on.
So background information, for those of you who may not have read it. Basically, we start the book with this doctor, or not doctor, but it's like scientist. I'm sure he's a doctor as well in the academic sense. But describing this planet or this star that he's discovered. And he's named it Remina. Also named after his daughter, born around the same time. So his daughter and the planet named Remina. And they both become very popular because like Remina is this really huge discovery. And they can't help but attribute also, oh, this man, his daughter's also very beautiful. So she's also kind of put into the limelight. But some things happen, and Remina, the planet, the star, is getting closer. They realize that they misjudged exactly how far away it was. Sciencey terms. I don't know. It was light years away, and now it's closer.
Mm-hmm.
They were wrong. But as people start to freak out because it's heading towards them. It's heading towards Earth. And of course, because people don't know how to deal with things in a normal way, even though they have apparently very advanced technology, like flying cars and stuff in this, right?
Yeah.
They're still like, ooh,
world.
This planet must be connected to that girl. So we have to kill that girl in a ritualistic way because she's the human embodiment of the planet. That's their words, not me, not Junji Ito's.
Kind of his.
It's just, yeah, I mean, like the people have come up with this, like, doomsday, like, okay, we always know how to deal with this problem. So we need to develop some sort of religious aspect to explain this and go kill that really nice looking, cute little girl, 16-year-old. And so this happens very quickly. And then like she has to be on the run and she doesn't know who to trust. And of course, shenanigans as it continues on, right?
Yeah.
Things that don't make sense, but in a fun way.
I mean, the first few pages, you actually get to see the crowd yelling, kill her, and the big eye. So you already kind of know what's going on at the beginning. And then it goes back and sort of tells you what's going on. I love his art.
So gross. Oh, me too.
So good.
And I love her face. It's so like doll, like, oh, there we go.
I mean, it's so every other girl. He's so got the face.
Well,
the same face syndrome.
Yeah, it's basically a shorter faced Tomie.
Exactly. 100%. Same hair, same, yeah. I love the descent into chaos because it's pretty rapid. And the whole rest of the entire, I'm just looking at, I don't know. Do we want to like ruin some of this or like no?
Well, I think
it's so short.
I think it's inevitable to spoil some of it, but I don't think it's going to ruin anyone's. Like I feel like with a lot of Ito, even if you really describe it, it's not going to really spoil it for you because it's so weird.
So true.
I could tell you line by line what's happening, and you could read it and still not feel spoiled. But yeah, spoilers.
So I'm gonna mention the tongue. Okay. So there's a moment where the planet starts like opening its, I guess, mouth, and this weird, creepy tongue comes out of it, right? And then the tongue becomes like this weird, creepy thing that's just throughout the whole thing. I'm trying to find more images of it because it was like the weirdest part about it, right?
Yeah, because it isn't just like absorb planets normally. It has to be really gross about it. Which kind of connects with like some of the characters in the book, because there's that guy who's like the president of her fan club that's also really creepy and does kind of a weird tongue deal later.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
But it's so Ito to take a planet and just make it really creepy, gross,
freaking weird, which we do get to see on the planet because they finally decide, okay, if this planet's gonna like run into Earth, then maybe we can just inhabit it. Like maybe if it's gonna be here anyway, let's try to get on it. And that seems like, of course, that turns into a really bad idea. But the shot of the planet like finally coming, that's the cover.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Well, let's talk about that family.
Oh yeah.
So like early on, she meets this guy who kind of convinces her to go be an idol and stuff, and he meets his family. And they have like this bunker and they have a spaceship. They're very wealthy. His older brother's supposed to be like an astronaut, but he hasn't been there or whatever. And immediately he's really weird because he takes her into their bunker and she's like, oh, okay, how many people can you fit in here? He's like, 4, including you, which has not been discussed. So she just meets this guy. But my impression, like she just meets this guy. She goes over to the family and he's like, no, I already have space for you in this. You're like,
yeah, you're a part of this. Yeah. Good, real creepy.
And like throughout the whole book, this guy sucks the most.
Oh my god, yeah.
Because when she's on the run with this guy and then the president of her fan club. And so at the beginning, you're like, okay, so the president of the fan club's got her back. And then this guy, you think is going to have her back, but is immediately creepy and like does not actually stand by her at all. The minute there's any trouble, he's like, oh, no, she's not with me.
Yeah.
She's yours.
Yeah.
You guys can have her and kill her. But then he's like, oh, actually, no, but I want her to be mine and just mine and come with me on my spaceship. Oh, but actually, no.
He's really back and forth. He's also always on the verge of like assaulting her in some way. Like on the verge constantly. That's his thing. Oh, come here. Be in here with me alone. Like it's real creepy.
Real creepy. And then, of course, her fan club president naturally. Oh, yeah,
there's that bunker. Yeah. Which is crazy big. And
then, of course, the fan club president ends up being creepy as well, but you don't find out about that for some time. Because at first it just seemed like he's a very dedicated fan club president. But as we've known, most anime and manga, like, that's not how that goes.
Yeah.
They're always going to be creepy.
Which is sad.
But yeah, people turn so fast. Immediately they're like, no. Remina's fault. Because she's like finally accepted stardom. So she's very quickly in the public eye at the worst possible time.
And I feel bad for her because I'm like, she's just a kid. Like, this is all happening. And and then this creepy guy appears. This dude? Right?
Yeah.
With the hood and the creepy. Because there's always a creepy guy, right? And he's like, no, for real. She's the one. You got to kill her. She's the only way. You can't
do it over there. You got to do it a sacred way. On the cross.
Yeah.
In open space.
Basically, so the planet can see you.
You're in the room. Yeah, and you know, like, there's not a lot to this book, really. Like, as she keeps running, eventually she meets up with this homeless man. And just kind of by accident, she kind of runs into him. And he ends up kind of having to defend her. Mm-hmm. And even though he could leave or turn her in, he doesn't. He just sticks with her through the end. And crazy stuff happening to the planet. Because, like, that weird tongue comes out of Remina. Ew, look how gross it is.
It's so gross, guys.
Kind of looks like a butthole, to be honest.
It's not good. It's not good.
Mary, I'm getting the sense that this book is creepy. I'm sure we keep saying creepy, too, so that isn't helping. The way it, like, puts his tongue on the earth and, like, spins it, which would kill you automatically, but that's not how it works in Ito's world.
No.
Instead, there's like no gravity and you can move faster. So people are still chasing you and they're all just flying through the air.
People are like
very
flying,
quickly.
Yeah, I was like, this doesn't make any sense, but I'm into it because none of this does anyway.
Like, oh yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
I mean, this tongue situation, there's a lot of, if y'all have any issues with tongues and stuff, this is not for you because it's constant.
Oh, constant. And, you know, it kind of ends on a good note, weirdly.
Yeah. I like the ending. I read some reviews after this, and some people were, like, really disappointed in it. But I'm like, no, this is exactly what I'd expect from him. And I think the ending's on par, too. You know, sometimes I do, with his short stories, feel like, okay, that was the end. All right. Like, there wasn't much to it. But I think there was definitely more here, and certainly enough for this hardcover to be, like, justified to exist, you know? And I really liked it. Like,
it actually closed up. And most Junji books don't. Not really.
Yeah, they just kind of end. Here's everybody, like, flying. Which was, like, a really cool art moment, though.
There's so many.
Yeah, there's so many. Because they're still like, oh, we got to kill her in the air. Like,
this would be a cool one to have as a movie. Even though it's silly. Yeah. Because look at this little... this section right here. How cool is our guy looking that? Yeah. So cool.
Well, yeah, there's so many, like this shot is really cool too. Oh yeah, that one's great. That one's awesome.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I did too.
You know, and the bummer of this is that there's not a ton to talk about in here because it's pretty straightforward, but it's still fun.
Definitely. I mean, if you like Ito, you're gonna like this. That's how I feel. Like, I don't know. Yeah. And I guess some people liked Ito and they were disappointed, but I really liked it. Again, like you said, it actually kind of wrapped up in the end. which
I liked it more than
somewhat
Gyo.
surprising. Yeah, I agree.
Like I felt pleased by this. I liked it more than Gyo, and I liked it 10 times more than No Longer Human. So really, the bar
you know
is
what?
low.
100 times more than No Longer Human. That bar is low.
I was happy because I posted my haul video yesterday, and in there I mentioned getting this book, and I said I like pretty much all Ito, with the exception of No Longer Human, which is not for me. And someone in the comments was like, yeah, I could not even force myself to make it through that book. I was like, yes.
Finally, because I feel like I've only heard praise. And then we're like, we hate it.
I just didn't understand it.
Yeah, I mean, must be it. So it's nice someone had our back. Good deal.
Also, this is such a little thing, but if anyone else had illustrated this book, this girl would have lost all of her clothes. Because there's so many instances where it gets really close to assault, like really close to losing your clothes. And if this was Kurosaki Corpse Delivery Service, which I love, or any other Japanese horror mangaka, she would have.
What a great point, because like when everybody starts spinning and crazy stuff starts happening, her clothes rip a little, like right here, and his rip a lot. But it never gets like gratuitous or like, you know, she doesn't lose her clothes. That's a good point.
Which is such a silly thing to praise someone for, but in manga, it's such a big deal. I'm like, oh yeah.
Good for you, Ito.
But yeah, I super recommend it. I think it's just a nice little, it's a nice read. It's a quick read. But with Ito, I think Ito books are ones that you can reread often. Like every spooky month.
Well, and he has so many like short story collections. I think it kind of helps the rereading because I'll forget some or like confuse some with the other ones.
Well, so a lot of short stories show up again.
Yeah, that's true.
In other collections.
That's true too. Because even like rereading some of those that we've read a million times, like the Fault one with the, you know, shapes of the bodies and the rock. I can still read that like. Not every day. I was going to say every day, but no,
it's
not
so
quite.
Good.
But you know, to reread it and enjoy it because it's so great.
Man, and only like I'm always impressed by him because, you know, even those little short stories, they stick with you. And I can't say that for a lot of books. I can't even say that for a lot of horror stuff. But like his just stick with you so well, and not in a way that's just like, you know, uncomfortable. It's just like, oh yeah, ooh,
yeah, or some of it's uncomfortable. like I'll never forget that chair story, but it was just so weird and good and weird. I'm like, I won't forget that. Or the oil one, which was horrifying.
Sequential Consequence said, yeah, you and her clothes get all ripped, but Ito keeps it tasteful. He does, which is such a small thing, but I appreciate it. Not that I have, like, there's a place and time in certain stories, sure. I like some real gross, problematic Japanese horror movies. I'm a big Shion Sono fan, and that man's come a long way since Suicide Club, which is a movie I love. But it's just nice. I'm just glad he doesn't have to do it. It just shows you don't have to do it for a good story.
It'll still be good. Yeah. Still sell.
Remco asked, didn't you think it resonated a bit with what happened on January 6th?
You know, what a good point.
Well, you have a situation like this, and this happens a lot. And someone with like a history background or like, you know, diplomacy background, they didn't have an answer for this, right? That worked really easily for them, and they didn't know what to do. And so all they could do is mob mentality, right? Honestly, this story, that's a totally thing that would happen. If something was coming towards Earth.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have a plan for this.
No. And if there was a planet coming and for some reason another person was named that thing, I don't know. I wouldn't do that, but I could see how people would.
There's a portion of our population that would 100% do that.
Yeah. They'd be like, I don't know what to do. Mysticism. Bring it back.
Yeah. The mindset makes sense because we've seen what can happen. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, we finished that pretty quickly. What's new? I read stuff.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Let's see. Let me open up my Goodreads. I don't know if I put my Remina review in there yet or not. But I told you that I read Tokyo Tarareba Girls, but I did finish it.
Was it great?
Oh, so good.
And the end was good?
So good. And apparently there's a Tokyo Tarareba Girls Returns book.
Oh. And
there's a wedding dress in the front, so I need to check it out.
Nice.
But 5 stars all the way for that manga. So good. And I read Invincible Volume 1. I saw that you're reading Invincible.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny. Did you like it?
I like it so far.
Yeah. I've read like an issue, so I don't even know what's happening.
Yeah, I think it's early for me to decide.
I just started reading because I saw it on Comixology. I was like, I've been meaning
That's why. And the show's coming out.
Yeah.
And I read Love and Focus. It's a manga on Comixology Unlimited. I'm just picking up all the manga right now.
Love it.
And it's so shoujo. So it's fun. It's nothing groundbreaking. But it's, all the tropes. But Tokyo Tarareba Girls.
I need to do that. I need to do that. I'll start that sometime soon.
And we both read Nubia, which apparently people on the internet think is really racist and get really upset with me.
Like, really upset.
So that was fun. I was greatly looking forward to chilling with you and the chat here because I was like, I can breathe. This is fun.
They're not going to follow us here.
No. Not unless you put Nubia in the title of the video.
I was gonna suggest to you before the show. I'm like, you should just put like, we're definitely reviewing Nubia, like in the title, and we just don't.
Just put all the books people are mad about or authors. I'd be like,
be like, where?
Nubia by Ella McKinney. Star Wars books by Justina Ireland. And they'll be like, wait a second. That black woman says she only wants to work with other black people. She's racist. Like, okay. Calm down, crazy people.
Good times on the internet. I read this, and I was going to tell you about it. I read this yesterday, I guess. My days are all...
I gotcha.
But it's called...
Mochi.
Cover. Living with Mochi. It's a pug. It's about her real life with her pug. I believe it comes out in like April. I got a digital copy, and it's... Girl, it's so good. You have to read it. You're going to love it. Because, like, of course you are, right? But immediately I was like, oh, Maddie needs this book. Yeah. And the cover's perfect.
Oh my gosh. I'm trying not to cry looking at it.
You're gonna love it.
I'm sending it to Elliot right now. It's so cute.
The illustrations are so cute. Yeah. It's perfect. It's great. So you'll love it. I also read the first issue of Snow Angels, which is a Comixology original by Lemire.
I added that to my list to check out.
Yeah. Right now I'm just like, okay, 3 stars, because I don't know what's going on yet, but I'm sure I'm going to like it. So
it's hard issue by issue.
I know. That's another thing, like, someone asked the other day, how do you like put things in your Goodreads? If I read it issue by issue, I feel like I feel differently about it. So I do want to review it that way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like, well, I read this issue by issue, so maybe I liked it more or less because of that.
Yeah. And sometimes I even feel that way volume by volume. Like with Invincible, it seems cool right now, but nothing is really developed with me volume 1. So I don't really feel strongly one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that sometimes those kind of series, because they are long running, are going to build up in a different way. Whereas some of them are really strong in the first volume and then drop later. So you never know.
Yep. Which is kind of why, like, if I read a whole Omni and then I review it, I'm like, I feel like I could really review the story more than like a volume by volume written issue by issue. Because you know the whole thing, right? You got that ending and you know if it's good. Like even this, I'm like, okay, good. I got the whole thing. I don't have to worry about like piecing it together or how I felt at the beginning versus the end. And yeah, it's nicer that way.
So we got a recommendation, Heterogenea Linguistico. Let me see what that is. I'm assuming it's a manga thing. Maybe just by your profile picture. I'm sorry that you can hear all of my keystrokes.
I like it. I always think it sounds cool.
That's cool. It's a manga by Salt Seno, and it's the little like tagline is an introduction to interspecies linguistics. It's a fantasy manga.
That's fun.
Yeah, and it looks very cute. There's a tall man and a very tiny girl.
Oh.
But like in a cute way, not like we're gonna sexualize it weird way.
In the like
very cute way. Yeah. Okay, thank you. I want to check this out. Eric Mara says Viz should do a hardcover of Slam Dunk similar to this quality of Ito hardcovers. Yes. I would love that.
I would love it so much. That's like one of the first manga I ever read. I got it from my library and I just kept picking it up. And I was like, what is this? Yeah, one of the first. It was that and like Dissolving Classroom that I read
That's
like together.
So funny.
The opposite of each other. But it worked great because I'm like, okay, this is what's out there, right? I got this goofy basketball manga that's making me feel things still. And also this. So Drifting Classroom. I said Dissolving. That's Ito. That's where my head is. But anyway.
Yeah,
I would love to revisit it for sure.
The anime for Slam Dunk, which I liked, but I didn't want to keep going after the guy cut his hair.
Oh.
Because I have a pompadour thing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he had the best hair. It's true.
So good. Oh man, we just answered. We both said best Ito book is Uzumaki, personally.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think a good next book would be Tomie or Venus in the Blind Spot.
Yeah, I think Uzumaki to one of those short story collections is kind of perfect because you have that, and it's all kind of contained, but then you can, go back to the Chair Creeper or like the
oil like Shiver
or like
yeah.
These are not the titles. They're just what I remember in the stories.
Yeah, I always forget which are in which. So yeah, of that linguistic manga, only 2 volumes are out. Reminds me a bit of Delicious in Dungeon. That's what I thought it was at first, which I still haven't read.
Yeah, I want to read that too. I keep hearing it's really good.
It looks really good. Oh man, we should be talking about your High Rise Invasion is on Netflix.
I am so excited. I need to watch it this weekend because I forgot about it. It's dumb how excited I am about this.
I'm excited because you told me about it.
I just love how like I got the first volume, which they're like 2-in-1s. And I read it and I was like, this is gonna be stupid. And then I kind of thought it was stupid, but like I also got really into it and it got better. There are just some moments like sometimes any 7 Seas manga where I'm like, that wasn't necessary to show the butt of that person, but it's still like, I don't know, I really like it. And the main character started out really stupid and she's getting less stupid. I like that too. So yeah, that's important.
That'll be mine, Elliot's watch, I think, next, because we were watching Jujutsu Kaisen, but we're watching in English on HBO Max, and they were releasing it like every week, but now they're not. I guess they have to catch up because the like sub's been out. Oh, it's so good. I want to read it too, but I'm worried about reading it past where the show is.
Oh yeah,
because I like it that much, but I want you to watch it. I really do. Remco just said, I finished Happiness by Oshimi, amazing high school vampire epic with great art. That sounds good.
I've been wanting to read that. I think I read the first volume and I really liked it, but
man, I love
manga.
Big Elmer, that name's gonna kill me, and your icon. I just can't. What's a few good Sono films to start with? That's a good question. I'm trying to remember the name of my favorite one. Oh my, I'm so sorry, you guys. I have to type, and I know it's loud. No, I didn't type in this lady from Higurashi. Quit it. Shion Sono. Thank you. Let me pull up his filmography. The one I really, really like is Why Don't You Play in Hell? And I think you would like it too, Kristan. Maybe this would be one of those I save when we finally get to hang out.
Oh, yeah.
But so Why Don't You Play in Hell is based on this group that wants to make a movie. But they don't have the funds to do it. And eventually they're approached by this like Yakuza group because this man wants to make a movie for his wife that's in prison and have his daughter be the star of it. But again, they don't really have a lot of good ways to do it. And so instead they decide to film an actual Yakuza battle between one clan and another clan, like one family and another family, real as it's happening, actually killing each other. And they do stuff like cut. And so they have to like, stop. And then people with like the moving cameras, and they have one guy dressed like Bruce Lee, and everyone eventually just gets murdered.
Oh, wow.
But it sounds awful. I'm saying it, but it's very funny. It's a very funny movie. It's very Quentin Tarantino-esque. We don't have to deal with Quentin Tarantino's weird foot thing. It's really good. I also really, really love Suicide Circle. But it is problematic in a lot of big ways. I love it a lot, but I cannot recommend that to everybody. But yeah, Tag is also really good. Damn this pandemic. I want Chris to come over and have a weekend with me. So we have a little sleepover. Yeah, we can build a fort and we can have a movie marathon. And we can bedazzle our jackets while we watch.
Yes. Go to Joann's, get all the tools we need, get a hot glue gun. For what? We'll see.
Don't worry, I've got 3 hot glue guns.
Okay. You're like, we don't need that.
I've got a whole sewing room. It's fine.
Perfect.
And then we'll just watch these movies and like anime and cartoons.
And the Babysitter's Club. It'll be fine.
Oh God, I'd love to watch Babysitter Club with you. I'm so upset we don't live in the same town. All I want to do is like be neighbors.
Yeah.
And then just hang out and be like, oh, we watch this show together.
Yeah. Just call you and be like, hey, something stupid happened on the internet. Can I come over?
Yes, dish.
Every night. Every night something stupid is happening on the internet. So.
I'm so thankful for the people that just watch us because really we would do this anyways if you guys weren't here. And usually when the show's over, we just still stick around for another hour.
Yeah. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you for bringing these 2 friends together because we didn't even know we lived in the same damn state when we started this show.
We didn't know we existed.
No. I never heard of you. And now you have my undying love and affection forever. My platonic soulmate.
Oh my gosh.
If our husbands ever die, we should just get platonically married.
I mean, we'll tell the law. Like, hey, we just want a tax cut.
We just really want to combine our book collection, please.
Yes, that's...
Oh man, am I cutting out or are you cutting out? Oh no. Chat, please tell me which one of us is cutting out. Oh no. I guess it wasn't me. I didn't want to be the only one here. Okay, well, let's look at some chat. Hopefully she's okay. It's Kristan. Okay, great. Love did break the screen. Matt, are you okay? I always panic when it's just me or something happens. I'm not used to just like me hanging out. And a lot of people do shows like this where it's just them. But like that makes me panic. You're back.
I was broken.
At least I didn't leave you this time.
I mean, I told you before, I was like, something weird's happening on my end. And I love how so in my view, you went out and I was like, I think this is probably me. And then mine goes out. And then I was like, okay, I don't know if you can hear me. I'm coming back. And I left. And StreamYard was like, an error occurred, but it's not your fault. And I was like, thank you, StreamYard. I didn't do anything.
Well, you went away and I was like, is it me? Chat. Because the chat is okay. So on StreamYard, we don't get the most recent chat very quickly. So like, I don't see everything up to date. Mm-hmm. It takes a little bit. And so I'm like, chat, please tell me. And Lohi was like, Matt, are you okay?
Oh.
But both Eric and Lohi were like, yeah, the internet couldn't handle it. Your love broke.
Everyone's like, it's Kristan. It's her fault. I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't know what's happening. I don't know how to fix anything.
We got people asking about Berserk. Have you read Berserk? I haven't read Berserk.
I read the first volume years ago.
Yeah.
And I don't really remember it, but that's something I plan to read this year. At least some of it, just because of the hype, and I want to know. So I'm going to try it.
Yeah, I've got to eventually. I watched the Blu-rays.
Yeah.
That's about it. So I know things.
Did you like them?
Yeah, I really like the Blu-rays, honestly.
That's good.
You can watch all those on Netflix too, I think.
Okay, cool.
Ooh, also, we just watched the new Lupin the Third movie. We rented on Amazon Prime. So good. I watched a lot of Lupin the Third. I guess there's a manga for him too, probably. I don't know. But you would love it. It's just it's so fun. There's not enough just fun things to watch.
It's so true. It's so true.
Personally, I choose to blame Skeletor. That's fair.
That's a good deal. At least it's not me.
You know, I don't think I've ever seen a He-Man episode in my life.
I definitely haven't.
Man.
Never once.
I guess we're never going to buy those Omnis.
Sorry. If we need another weapon, those are like chunky beasts, right?
That's true. That and Conan, right?
Yeah.
I probably won't ever read those either.
No. That's a hole I just don't want to get in.
No.
There's so many. My dad's getting all of them. If I ever needed to, I would just go take it.
I'm very particular about the muscular men that I love. Muscular women, not so much. But like muscular men, I like them to be like they are, like a little dumb. A little bit of himbo. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's better.
That's what you need.
Yeah. Or, you know, they write poetry, like in that Viking book we read.
That's the best kind, really.
He was so cool.
Barbarian Lord.
So good. Man, I could listen to Chris Schweitzer and Lee talk about anything.
You know, it's funny. Have we talked about this on the show?
I think we talked about it a little bit, about how we both felt really dumb.
Yeah, I'm glad you felt the same, because after I'm like, I just feel like I was really stupid. I was just like, I like when he did stuff in poetry sometimes. And they were like, let's go into every single part of the lore. And
see, when they said this, it was actually a metaphor for this. And we're like, you talk good? And you fight that guy. That Skullhead guy, you fight him.
I love it. It was great, though. They were awesome.
That's why I like our show, because it's like a palate cleanser for your week, you know?
Yeah.
Now I've got the giggles, you guys. Ellie said in before she loves Conan, which is, this happens to me.
I mean,
because I'll be like, I will never like Superman.
Oh, you calling me out?
No, me. I said I would never. I was wrong. I was so wrong. And I looked at Red Sonja and I was like, no. That's hilarious now. Did you catch any of the Future State? They had a good Wonder Woman and Swamp Thing. Love both of them. I'm going to read all of them once they're all done. But so far, I've just read Wonder Woman, and I picked up the first Harley Quinn issue. The extras in the Busek Conan Omnibus included letters of Robert E. Howard bashing H.P. Lovecraft, which won my heart.
That's great.
Good.
That's cool.
I love Lovecraftian stuff. I don't love H.P. Lovecraft.
It's hard to say you do in this day and age, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, that man was an actual racist, unlike fake racist LL McKinney for Nubia.
Let's talk about Nubia again.
These people, even before I started that video on Nubia, they were like, they're racist against white men. Like, okay.
I like the guy who was like, well, what about all the villains who were white? What about that? And they just kept asking it, and I'm like, your question's not going to get answered. Your Q&A's not going to get answered, dude.
Oh yeah, there's also the question. I only answered one of the questions from last night's chat. And sorry, guys, this is from we were talking about old reader, new reader for last night. So I reviewed Nubia. I did not realize when I chose it how divisive it would be, but I still wanted to read it. And there were some rhymes with comics laters in the chat, and one of them was like, I hate about the lie that like representation didn't exist. And I was like, no, representation did happen, of course, for, various people. Whether or not it was good or enough, it's a different question. Like, there's been gay representation in the media for a long time in queer-coded villains, right? Mm. Hades, a queer-coded villain. Ursula, literally a drag queen.
Yeah.
Now we have a lot better, but before, it's very different.
So much.
Yeah. Elliot, hurry up and read Nubia before she goes Olbia.
Good one.
Conan the Comedian or Conan the Barbarian? Oh, I meant Conan the Barbarian. Sorry. I always forget about Detective Conan. No, I've watched some Detective Conan. I've never read any, but one of my friends has read all of it.
Or did they mean O'Brien?
I love Conan O'Brien.
I mean, come on.
Been a big fan for a long time.
He's the best.
Yeah, thank you. That's a great example. That's a good queer-coded villain, but like on the full-on queer. That really pleasant guy even left a comment after the stream. I deleted it.
It was long too. It was like a chunky comment, and then they went back and forth, and I was like,
oh yeah,
because I saw that and I was like, okay.
Yeah, I just deleted it. I left it for a little bit. I was like, no, you know what? No. You can disagree and be civil.
Yeah, totally.
Hi, ladies. Bobby. Love Bobby. Just shut my work laptop and hopped on. Chris and I are reading Giant Days off your recommendation on volume 5 and loving it.
Bobby, it makes me so happy that you're loving it and that you're reading it, and it's the best. I'm going to have to reread that this year because it's done, and it's sad that it's done, but it's so good. It's so good.
I'd like to also, now that it's done, because I never finished it.
Oh, that could be, we should do that.
Let's do it.
I'm adding it to our list.
Add to list.
It's nearby.
Our never-ending list. We should talk about that too, actually, next month. I know we kind of did. I don't remember.
Yeah, you want me to? I have it right here.
Yes, you're so
we
good.
talked about we talked about Nausicaa.
Yes, which
that.
will depend on my ability to get access to that because I'm broke. So
I hear you. I hear you. Champions.
I would like that. That'd be cool.
Rose of Versailles.
We own that, so that's good.
Which we both have, yeah. So that's good.
Nice.
Yeah, those are the big ones I think we talked about.
Do a list roulette, compile the list and roll a random number to get your next read. That's a good idea, actually.
Yeah.
Elliot. Elliot, can you be our manager? We're not very organized.
Tell us what to
read. I love that he's in the room.
I love it too. I heard him at one point.
I'd love to talk champions. Okay. Rose of Versailles, yeah. My first solo Maddie book was when she recommended Analog. Great read, underrated image book. Yeah.
I need to read that. I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, someone had donated or like sent it to me to review. And like I was so pleasantly surprised. I'm glad they did because they sent me that and like a walk through hell, like books I probably would not have just gone ahead and picked up.
Yeah.
But I loved.
That's great.
I need to do more review videos. But you know.
I mean, life's hard, right? Like
life's hard.
Sometimes you review Nubia and people
want to fight me in the streets.
People want to fight you in the streets, yes.
Because I review woke books.
Who?
I was like, it's just a book, my dude. Maddie always with the woke books.
Also, like, this is a young adult. Like, why are you going after this book? If you don't like it, fine.
Because we shouldn't recommend it to children.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Because it's racist. Yeah.
Yeah. God.
I forget.
Why do you hate men?
Yeah, I mean, they're all the villains, right?
Yeah. They went out of their way to pick that literally one white character. Bad. You woke because they sleep. Freddie, I haven't picked up the books from Omar yet. Just haven't had a chance to get over to Versailles to go get it.
I mean, he just needs to drop that on your porch, right?
Yeah. It's been a lot of snow. We had an ice storm here.
True.
I forgot about that.
That did happen recently.
We had a pretty bad ice storm.
It sucked, yeah.
Yeah. Versailles, like where the rose was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but like I said in your first host show of Over and Near, they're a loud minority, but very much a small bunch. Oh yeah. For sure.
Always.
I need to find like a funnier name for them than comic skaters, so I don't get in trouble. Something that rhymes, but
yeah.
Well, I think they've got a whisper network where they like make a list of things to be mad of for the month, and then they like send people to look for it on YouTube. Because people don't follow me.
I think you're probably right, except I don't even know if they're whispering about it. Like, I think they're yelling about it on their own channels.
The
Probably
Yelling
like,
Network.
here's what we're doing at this. Yeah, the Yelling Network.
Guys, comics haters. That's it. You know what? That works actually.
Yeah, and it's
Actually,
true. Right?
It's true, right? Because I don't hear them talk about liking comics.
Yeah,
it's all about hating.
Never. That's right. I love.
They were like, "There's a reason why manga is winning over young adult novels." I was like, "You have nothing to back that up."
Also, yeah, what a weird thing to keep bringing up. It's like
you can't compare the two, anyways.
Out of everything, you're just like manga. And I'm like, I bet you don't really like manga. Like,
they just like that there's not black people in manga. Let's be real.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
All right. It is not to end on this sour note. I have to leave soon because I have to go work at 8 p.m.
I have to work tonight too.
That's lame.
I know. What isn't lame though is InStockTrades.com, where you can get X-Men Evolution for 50% off.
You can buy this.
Yep.
You can buy Nubia. Look at that, shiny.
You can get The Witch's Love at the End of the World. Just happens to be by me.
That's so cute.
It's so good. You know, you can get a lot of great stuff. Check them out. They're amazing.
And we will be back on Sunday to talk Water 7 of One Piece. So get ready. Maybe I'll wear my Chopper Kigurumi because why not?
Oh, do it.
I will.
Love it. I love it.
And yeah, we will see you then. Stay safe. Wear 2 masks now, please. And yeah, have a good night, you guys.
Thanks for being here.